now it comes the funny part. History. Well, physics hasn't really a year of born, but well, I imagined when men first looked up the night sky and saw stars, they started to ask questions: who they were, where they were, what was these things, these little dots in night sky, what was the universe, what was in the stars and beyond. For these questions searched many religious answers that they weren't really good reasonable explanations, but it was a rule for more than 6,000 years. It wasn't until 6th century BC that a Greek mathematician called Thales of Miletus made a theory about what the RJ was. The RJ is the principle where everything comes from, according to Greeks. He said that the RJ was water, based on the fact that no living being can live without water. That was a wrong theory, of course, but it was a great step in non-mythical theories. After that came a lot of students. They came students of Thales and students of Thales. Came Anaximenes with the air, Anaximandro with the fire or change, Parmenides with the being, and many others. All of them were crushed or silenced their theories because it wasn't good for politics. Then people denied the fact that gods exist. So it wasn't, well, a great advance in non-mythical theories was in 1st century when Ptolemaeus proposed his theory about a geocentrical universe. It was wrong, of course, because we know now that not everything goes around the Earth, but the Earth goes around the Sun, and the Sun goes around the galaxy. Everything goes around, but not everything goes around the Earth. And Archimedes discovered the laws of mechanics, and Euclid discovered laws of mathematics in that period. It was so great, the ancient Greece, that in 4th century Aristotle, an arrogant man of course, said that everything was done. That wasn't true, of course. Everything wasn't done. As he said that everything was done, and made a compilation of his own work, Euclid's mathematics, Archimedes' laws of mechanics, and Ptolemaic theory, and said, that's it. That's my word. That's God's word. Then, thanks to his political influence and everything, his theories lasted 1,000 years. From all Middle Age, all scientific research was frozen. It wasn't until 16th century when Galileo Galilei, the father of modern science, in Einstein's words, made theories and actual discoveries that changed the way we saw the universe. He proved Copernicus' theory that we go around the Earth, we are on the Sun. His discoveries with Kepler laws and theories in Copernic theory were the pinnacle of Renaissance science. After him, he inspired so many followers that the next generations, one of the greatest minds of the whole history, started to work on physics. Was the great Newton and his rival Hooke, Lagrange, Boltzmann, Maxwell, Faraday, Ampere, Volta, for example, though he wasn't a physicist, but he also worked. It was so great that 1.5 century they made more than the whole mankind history. It was great, but men were arrogant again, and by early 1900s they said everything was done except for 2 problems, and he said, well, for the end of the 1920s we'll have everything solved, but they weren't. So and that's all we have to do about physics. Well, these 2 great problems needed 2 great minds to solve them. They were Einstein and Planck. But with their answers searched so many questions that they discovered 2 new lines of investigations on physics. Quantum mechanics, based on Planck's assumptions of the quants of energy, and astrophysics, based on general relativity of Einstein. And the last century has based on research on those 2 lines of investigations, of course. Last century was plagued of really talented minds, like Oppenheimer, Fermi, Taylor, Feynman, that study so many things about physics that thanks to them we got computers. We sent man to the moon. We got better buildings, better cars. So that's all. What was that's a little taste of history of physics. What physics does and what physics have done, you have to thank everything. I mean, the camera I'm using today to record this video, it's thanks to physics. So thanks to physics for give us everyday lifetime experience, improve our quality of life, and thanks for everything. And I hope many generations still will continue make physics and improve them, make discoveries that make everything great for the mankind in the future.